President Biden's given a press conference showcasing his determination to continue his presidency despite growing concerns about his age and his capacity to serve, most particularly following an article by George Clooney and following reassurances from Keir Starmer that he's on good form and that they had a long talk and then dinner. During the press conference, Biden defended his policies and addressed doubts about his ability to serve another term, saying, "I'm not in this for my legacy. I'm in this to complete the job." And yeah, there's a few gaffes, but Biden is maintaining his stance, asserting that there's no indication that there's any reason for him to step down or that he's going to step down. His performance has not been alleviated by rising calls from within his own party for a new candidate. Prominent figures like the Connecticut man Jim Himes have suggested that his legacy would be better by stepping aside. It would be better served by stepping aside. However, Biden is resolute, indicating that he will stay in the race until it's unequivocally clear that he cannot win. And, Keir Starmer has now played his part, emphasizing the president's mental acuity, dismissing claims specifically of senility, simply to have those claims articulated in a press conference, I would have thought was a sign of the end. Simply because this is being openly discussed is a sign of the end. He was on good form is a qualification, not a reassurance. And the fact that he had a detailed critical grasp of the issues, well, that's the starting point, isn't it? To praise somebody for having a detailed grasp of the critical issues is rather like praising somebody for being able to walk across the room. Walking is something that we normally can do. It's something we learn as a child and something we tend to fail at as we get significantly older. But walking is something we can, rather like an actor. You go to an actor, you go to see a show, and then you meet the actor afterwards. The worst thing you can possibly do is say, "Oh, I'm so impressed you can remember all those lines." Remembering the lines is the job, is what you do with those lines, which is the interesting bit, and why somebody would be getting over the title billing, not remembering the lines. Remembering the lines is absurd. And Biden's options and futures, Biden's options and his future seem complex, but only because he's created that complexity. His resolve to continue despite internal and external pressures showcases his commitment and his bullishness, his pig-headedness. And in a way, sometimes it's good to have a leader who is pig-headed, but who drifts off in the middle of a speech, in the middle of a debate, who remains sitting when everybody else stands in church. None of this looks good. And the increased calls from his party members and the public's doubts about his capabilities, particularly in the light of increased international tension, compels a reconsideration. His ability to secure another term depends on his ongoing performance and the Democratic Party's unity in the face of these challenges, and that unity is breaking.